Every single question will be answered. Santos, you're welcome. Sorry I omitted you. I welcome everybody, and I appreciate that you all are here. It's not easy to take out your time. You know, you could have been doing something else by now, but you took out your time to join this live session, spending your data. I don't take it lightly. It means a lot to me. It means a whole lot to me. So I really appreciate. All right, so we are live on YouTube now, and you can watch it later when we are done. Yeah, it's live on YouTube. It's live on YouTube. All right, so it's actually not been without challenges, but of course, it's been as well a journey that is remarkable in my life personally as the founder and CEO of the company, and remarkable in the life of everybody who has been part of this journey so far. And everybody who, crypto preacher, you're welcome. It's good to have you. And everybody who has registered as a member of the company is regarded as a part of our journey. If you were not here, then we'll not have people to work with. We won't have people who we call our own. We won't have a reason to wake up in the morning and log into our back office. You are the reason why we go to our back office to see if there are complaints, transactions. We like to see the complaints. It's the reason why we like to see those complaints is because it keeps us moving. It lets us know that we are doing something, and then it helps us to stay on our toes, to always want to solve those problems. And when we solve those problems, we are able to get better, right? We are obviously not the people we were last year, and we're obviously not the people we were last 2 years. We have moved, we have grown, we have gotten better. And thanks to you who is a part of the journey with us as a customer. All right, so what is BitFXT, you may be asking? BitFXT is, I would say, a company, all right? BitFXT is a company, a blockchain or a tech company, right? That leverages on the blockchain to provide solutions to the people. So we saw a need for people who are within the blockchain industry or cryptocurrency industry to safely transact their cryptos without any hitches, right? I had my own personal experience some years back, and with those experiences, I was able to, see a need to solve a problem. And that problem is what gave rise to BitFXT. So BitFXT is beyond just an exchange. BitFXT is an exchange, is a company that does a lot of things, including providing exchange services. So we have our mobile app, which we actually took down for some days now. We are trying to get it up perfect. It's going to come up as soon as we are done. We have Boundless Pay as one of our products, which is more of our fintech arm. And then we have a couple of other things that we do as a company. And then one of the major things we do is that we list coins, cryptocurrencies that are valuable within and outside Africa. And when these cryptocurrencies are listed, they are...
Yes.
So I'm going to mute. All right. So we list cryptocurrencies that are valuable, that have strong fundamentals. And when I talk about strong fundamentals, I'm talking about cryptocurrencies that have valuable use cases and a future. Cryptocurrencies that have a future. And of course, you can trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, but majorly, we have a very strong focus on the African markets, Nigeria, most especially. And when you look at our exchange, you will notice that most Nigerian cryptocurrencies that have either made waves or are still making waves, most of them we found a way to support them, to help them find their feet within the cryptocurrency exchange markets. by listing them in our exchange and helping them to be traded, right? So recently, about 2 weeks ago, we listed Tatcoin, a cryptocurrency within in Nigeria that did their IEO or ICO from last year, I think around September and so on, finished their ICO, and then we were the first cryptocurrency exchange to list them before IDEX and BIDEX and a couple of other ones as well. And it's really been an amazing journey, starting from the first day when it was announced, when we made the listing. We had a training for everybody who registered in our exchange to start trading Tatcoin. So we realized that 80% to 90% of them were newbies. And this is what we always hope for. Our prayer is that more people from the mainstream sector comes from the downstream sector comes into the mainstream of cryptocurrencies, right? If it's left for only the professionals, then it becomes a market that is just open to a particular set of people, right? So cryptocurrencies like Tatcoin has found a way to introduce newbies, people who these technologies actually meant for, to get to know about cryptocurrencies. And I'm proud of the project. I'm proud of the CEO. I'm proud of the community at large, for taking the bold step to come into cryptocurrency industry, especially through these means. All right. So when we listed Tatcoin, while we were doing the training, actually, we realized that most of them were newbies, and mostly newbies find it very difficult to trade using technical systems. Like they don't know how to do technical analysis or how to, predict the market, how to read the charts, whether the market is going up or going down, the whole red and green candlesticks. So it's confusing. To be honest, when I got into cryptocurrency the first time, I avoided trading on a spot exchange for a long period of time because of those confusions. And most times, if you come in through that means and you start trading immediately, you are called a weak hand. And a weak hand would always be the one to buy at the top and sell below, right? So if you buy at the top and you sell below, you sell at the bottom, you lose your money. So most of the questions we were seeing in the session that day was, how can I quickly buy Tatcoin? And even after that session, our support team were always receiving those questions. How can I buy? And if you tell them to go to the trade session, they will tell you, I don't know how to trade. Is there no way I can quickly buy Tatcoin or any other cryptocurrencies without having to trade? And because of that, we're so in need quickly, right? While we're in that session, we're so in need to quickly list Tatcoin on a section of our platform called Quick Buy and Sell. And the Quick Buy and Sell is built specifically to help people directly buy and sell, right? Without having to go through the whole candlestick. You simply fund your account and you buy, right? And the price is usually picked from the trade. So if there are trades, it will pick the price. So if it goes up, the price goes up on the Quick Buy and Sell. If it goes down, it also goes down on the Quick Buy and Sell. So so such kind of things, is like much better when the price of a coin has already gained a little bit of stability and there is enough liquidity in the market to weather the volume that people are trading. Okay. Now, when you talk about volume, imagine when you go into the market with, like, at this point in time, if you go into the market with $1 million to buy BTC, you will be able to find $1 million worth of BTC, and it will not affect the market in any way. The market will move, but it doesn't affect the market. Same way, if you have $1 million worth of BTC, you want to convert it to USDT, it doesn't affect it. Why? Because the market is liquid enough to sustain that order, that request is liquid enough. But when a coin, or a market does not have that kind of liquidity, is not liquid enough to sustain that kind of move. When you place a trade to buy with an amount that is above, what is available, it moves the price of the coin sharply. All right, so a coin can just do 100%, 1000%, just because one person made a trade. A coin can also do minus 100%, just because one person made a trade. So those people are called whales. As far as you are able to control the market, you're called a whale, right? So this is some fundamentals you need to understand about cryptocurrencies and about trading. And those of us who own cryptocurrency exchanges, we have a whole lot on our shoulders. One of the things we have on our shoulders is to provide security for the people who trade on our exchange. Number two, to always check on the market, check on our system to ensure that activities go on the way they are supposed to go on. If anything is about to go wrong or goes wrong in any way, we make sure we take care of those things so it doesn't affect the market and all that. And we do a lot of calculations as well. So in the quick buy and sell, we mostly have coins that have gained such stabilities and such liquidity. But seeing that we had a case or a situation whereby a lot of people are in need of buying this coin, and if we push all of them to go to the trade, there may not, some of them may even get scared of losing their money or tired of trading, and they will leave, they will just leave it like that. So we propose to support the TAT community. So if you go to our YouTube channel, for those who were not part of that training, if you go to our YouTube channel, you can watch the video when I had a session with Bitcoin Chief, Mr. Gaius Chibueze, on training TAT community on how to trade on BitFXT, how to trade TAT coin on BitFXT. So towards the ending part, you will hear when he said, like, he was appreciating that we offered to list TAT on our quick buy and sell. And that was it's supposed to be a paid service, but it's part of the support that we offered to make to put in on the projects as our very own. So when we did that and people started buying it on the quick buy and sell, it made a whole lot of difference. How do I mean? Even newbies that never knew anything about cryptocurrencies or how to trade cryptocurrencies were able to fund their accounts and they could buy. But along the line, we experienced a glitch that made the price of TAT coin to nosedive. Now, when I say nosediving, the price of TAT coin on the trade session, trade panel, went down, really down. And it was because of what I explained earlier. What did I explain? I said that the market was not as liquid. Most people were just buying, and there were a few persons selling. And then somebody somebody funded his account with huge amount of money, and that person, bought TAT and then sold TAT, dumping the price heavily. So the price went down to about 1.2 naira per TAT. Now, going down to 1.2 naira per TAT, on the quick buy and sell, it started picking that 1.2 naira per TAT. And we did not have liquidity of TAT on the quick buy and sell. On a normal, when we are listing any coin on our quick buy and sell, we make sure we have enough TAT available to process those transactions, but it wasn't available. So our hope was when people, at that point, people were just buying, like I said. When people will now start selling, we will be able to buy back and replenish our holdings. So most people that were buying at that price on the quick buy and sell, they bought, they make their withdrawals, they'll make their withdrawals. Some of them will buy, and then they'll be trading it on the trade session. So we experienced not having enough TATs to match up with the total balance of TATs in people's account balances. Now, the next move we quickly made was to start looking for how to buy TATs. That was after about a week or two. We started looking for how to buy TATs and to replenish the portfolio. But at that point, the value of TATs, remember, people bought from the quick buy and sell at 1.5 naira per TAT, 2 naira per TAT, 3 naira per TAT. It started going up as high as 25 naira per TAT, 30 naira per TAT, 50 naira per TAT, almost 100 naira per TAT. Now, if, at that point, right, there was no way we could use the naira that was exchanged for 1.2 naira per TAT, right, to now buy TAT at 50 naira. It means when people bought, how do I put it now? Assuming what people bought from the quick buy and sell is up to the volume of 2 million TATs, 2 million TATs, and they paid, for instance, 10 million naira, for instance, to purchase the 2 million TATs. At that point, at the current price, we will have to spend 100 million naira to buy the same 2 million TATs. All right? I don't know if you understand the arithmetic. Okay, if you are still following, I want you to just say I'm following. Type it on the chat box. You can type it on Instagram for those who are on Instagram. I just want to be sure I'm carrying you along. So the total amount that people spent on the quick buy and sell gave us, we had less naira now. The only way we could refill our TATs portfolio to be able to process withdrawals is if we can buy TATs around that same 1.5 naira, 2 naira, 5 naira per TAT. That's the only way we'll be able to have enough TATs. Else, we'll have to now either rob a bank, and as you are looking at me now, you know I don't own a bank. I'm just a startup owner, right? And I'm doing my best, to add my own quota in the Nigerian economy and make the world better at large, which is what we are all doing together as a people, right? So it became an issue, gave me sleepless nights, not just me and my entire team, gave us sleepless nights. We tried everything we could, and we had a series of meetings. Thanks to Bitcoin Chief, he had encouraged me, gave his suggestions, gave me his opinions, and supported in a lot of ways for us to, come out of this kind of stuff. Our prayer is not for the price of TAT to come down below what it is. Our prayer is that the price of TAT will keep going up and above. That's our prayer. But we don't have enough TAT liquidity to provide, to be able to process withdrawals. Now, one more thing that had happened, most of the people that took advantage of that glitch, we have their usernames, plenty of them. We have their usernames, we have their everything about them, all of them. Now, most of them cashed out. Some of them deposited like 200,000 naira, bought that at 1.5 naira, traded it, and some of them have withdrawn up to 2 million, 4 million, 5 million, right? Some of them bought at 3 naira, that glitch. If not for that glitch, we will not have that kind of, dump. That glitch, like I said, is as a result of some people had, funded like 2 million naira, 1 million naira, and bought more that, dumped it, and all those things. But we are not putting the blame on the community. Some of these things, when you look at how these things happen, we are all here. And as an entrepreneur, I signed up for this. I signed up for, being a risk taker. I signed up for being a leader. I signed up for carrying the burden of whatever it takes to run what you do, and hopefully this is one of those things, and we'll get through with it. So we did an analysis. We discovered all the things. We checked all the data. We checked balances. We saw everything, and then is the solution that we are on right now. Right now, on the solution aspect, I said during this meeting, right, we have about 8 major questions that have been asked. I'm not going to just answer the questions straight up. Or I don't know if I should answer the questions. I don't know if I should answer the questions, and then I'll give opportunity for those who want to, anybody who wants to make an input. We are at the solution point. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now, I will let you to raise your hand if you have any inputs, if you have any direct question. Okay, instead of reading the questions straight up, I'm going to allow you, if you have a question, all right, raise your hand. A question and input contribution, you can raise your hand, and I will allow you, I will unmute you. You can ask your question or make your input. Okay, someone said some of us have asked our questions already. Okay, someone has a question. Just raise your hand. Raise your hand. Yeah, I've already seen, on the WhatsApp group, I can see some questions that have been asked. So if you have a question, just raise, raise it. There's a way to raise hand. How do we teach them how to raise hand? Some people are typing, raising their hand on the chat section. That's not how to raise hand. Okay. So, Ebere, I'm going to unmute you. I'm going to try to attend to as many people as possible. I don't know if Bitcoin Chief is live yet. He's supposed to be part of this meeting, but he's here. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry for the oversight. I'm trying to look for Bitcoin Chief so I can make him. Okay, so I can make him host. Okay. Abit HQ. I'm so sorry, sir. Abit HQ. Where is it? I'm trying to find it. Abit HQ. Okay. I'm going to make him a co-host. I was looking for Bitcoin Chief for Mr. Guy Superze instead of looking for Abit HQ. All right, so I've made him a co-host. Okay, you're welcome, sir.
Yeah, hello guys. Good evening
Good evening.
Yeah. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, I believe they are fine. It's
okay. I think it's on mute. Okay, so I've followed through the discussion, like you have said. It's what we have even discussed behind, and we have tried to see how we can sort this issue, because it's been quite a challenge, especially in times like this now. So like you rightly said, I've also tried in my own small capacity to see how we can resolve this without even having this live call like this. But yeah. I think the best thing to do is I told you, let's get everyone that is involved on a life like this, and we find the solution together. So yeah, so you have said everything. So let's know the roadmap. How do we solve this now? And also let's hear suggestions from the people who are directly involved.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Chief. You've been a brother and a friend, and I really appreciate this. Okay, so before I get to questions, most of the questions are going to be bordering around four things. Those who purchased at some certain prices, like those who the prices they purchased is not affected, or rather those who did not purchase at those glitch prices, they are not affected. Okay, so I believe this would clear some doubts. It's not everybody that was affected by this generally, right? So there are people who bought at higher prices, so you are not affected in any way. And then now the major issue is that this took like a week or two while we were trying to look for, we didn't even pause the withdrawal until we saw that we couldn't just cope up. We bought back at 9.5 naira per tat, even though the average it was purchased from us on the quick buy and sell was about 4 naira. So we were even looking for how to now use kind of our money to even buff up the whole thing, but we saw it wasn't working out before we got to this point. So four things that we are going to be doing. Sorry, four solutions that we put out. Number one, the major accounts that we are affected mostly. First of all, we're going to have a separate meeting with them. Those accounts, two things has happened. Most of them funded small amounts, like let's say 500K, 200K, and even like say 10K itself, and they have withdrawn like 5 times their money. Remember, they bought at like 1.5 naira, and they bought volumes plenty, and then they're now sold at 17 naira, 15 naira. Some of them still have money in their accounts, even though they have withdrawn. Like someone that funded 200K have withdrawn up to 1 million, and it still has a lot of tats or a lot of naira in their account. So such accounts, we're going to have we have a special consideration for them, okay? And then apart from that, those, like I said, somebody is still asking, those who it did not affect, you don't have an issue, right? And then the second thing is either refunding those people their average naira, right, that they spent, if they have not withdrawn their tats or the nairas from their accounts. So refund them and take back those tats, which we are avoiding. That's number one. Number two is buying back tats, right? And we will not be able to cope up with any price above like 6 naira, 7 naira, and above. We will use all the money we'll have to buy that, and it will still not solve the problem. It will not even go quarter. So Bitcoin Chief had come to our rescue at some price consideration, and that was very amazing. But if we are able to get back that at a certain amount, we don't mind even even borrowing money to add up with what we have to buy back enough tats and be able to start processing withdrawals. Is our liability, and we are willing to take it. So that's the second solution. And then the third solution, which is the final solution that we had proposed, is when we allow withdrawals, the total amount of tats, let me give figures, the total amount of tats that is in users balance, okay, is about 3 million tats. But the total amount we have available is about 800,000 tats. Now, if we open up withdrawals, some people who have like, 50,000 tats, 40,000 tats, if only like 10 of them make withdrawals, we'll run out of TAT again. So how are we going to process the rest of the people? So the last solution that we proposed is meter or regulate the total amount of TAT people can withdraw at a time. Okay, so people with big amounts will not empty the portfolio, right? They will not empty the portfolio. With that, we'll be able to gradually still keep looking for solution until we have enough TAT to handle every withdrawal, and then we'll open it up. Everybody can withdraw any amount. So these are the 4 solutions that we have brought up. And I would like you to contribute based on these solutions, based on these 4 things that we came up with. Bitcoin Chief, I would like you to maybe, what do you call it? React to this first before I allow other people.
Well, Mr. Franklin, you've said it all. Like, this situation is it's a sensitive one, and it's a very dicey one. Especially, it has to do with people. People react to certain things in different ways.
Yeah.
People have different ways that they react, and not everybody. Some people are understanding, some people are not. Some people, their situation will not allow them to understand. So sometimes everybody is good, but people react based on their situation and their emotions.
Yeah.
So, but it's a hard one. Like I've told you before, if not because we did a lock, I told you you are the last person. I just emptied the whole touch coin I had. I said, see how you can sort this. If not because we had actually lock up the remaining TAT coin as promised from our pre-sale. Yeah. All we could have just done is just give you enough TAT coin to solve the issues. Yeah. But because we don't even have now. Right now, even most of the persons watching, they also know that we also buy too from the exchanges.
Yes.
You understand? Unfortunately, even me myself too, we also buy too from BitFX. Unfortunately, even our own TAT coin is even affected now.
Yes.
You understand? Even our own TAT coin now is affected, is locked up here now. We can't even withdraw to use for our quick swap. Some days ago, our quick swap got exhausted. What we have been doing now is peer-to-peer now.
Yeah.
What we have been doing now is peer-to-peer now. We have turned our quick swap now to peer-to-peer, where if you want to buy, if there is nobody on the other end, it will have to wait until somebody comes to fill it. So it has been also been a challenge. So I think going with going with everything that you have said, like I've asked you before behind the scene, I said, yeah, do you have a record of everybody that has bought tax during that, everybody that bought during that particular time and that issue?
Yes.
Now, if we have those persons, specifically, the thing now is the first mistake, like I told you, was obstructing everybody from withdrawing. That was a wrong move. If you had 6 from our opinion, then I would tell you, let only the people that are affected not be the ones that cannot withdraw.
Yes.
Let other people that were not affected be able to withdraw, because this business is a sensitive one that if you don't, even if people are listening to us talking like this now, if you don't manage this issue carefully now, they go and they are saying something else.
Yes.
Yeah, you understand. So if you have a list of all those people that directly bought start coin during that particular period.
Yes.
Now, for my own, the best way to solve this is to negotiate with them and discuss with them and say, okay, you bought this start coin at 1 naira. But unfortunately, this is how our system works. Our system works in such a way that we can collect the money while the TAT coin was not on ground. But unfortunately, as you can see from the market, the TAT coin has risen to where it is right now, so we can't buy it. But for the delay, we can say, okay, let's accept some certain loss. Please, you need to hold this part of your money that you bought the TAT coin. Okay, hold all your money that you bought as at that time. Because even if you return everybody's money, the only thing that If you return everybody's money as at when they bought it now, the only thing that any person can cry here now and go talk negative anywhere now is based on the time wastage.
Yes.
And the time, based on the time that you have wasted them, and the false hope now that some of them were already having that, okay, they have bought that coin at 1 naira, that coin has gone now to 20 naira, and they were supposed to be worth like this, but they can actually understand to a certain point that yes, something like this happened. So for me, I still think having those people that were directly affected to negotiate with, it is still the best options. Because if those people have their money that they bought the TAT on your system back, then it will be a case of waste of time. Whatever you are apologizing to them now is a case of waste of time.
Yes.
You understand? But don't punish every other person that is not part of this issue, making them not being able to withdraw their TAT coin. You understand?
Yeah.
Don't forget, like I told you before, anything that is affecting TAT coin on any of these exchanges listed is affecting it generally. You understand?
Generally, yes.
It's affecting generally now. If you go to most of the exchanges, the sell side is always very, very low. The circulating supply of TAT coin is very, very low. Why? Because people are not selling.
Yes.
Any small, if I go to some of the exchanges at times and I place a buy order for 1 Bitcoin, you see the price starts going up abruptly, which is not balancing. Is not balancing. Price was supposed to move slowly and up. But if you even go to any of the exchanges now, like Bidex, and transfer 1 Bitcoin that you want to buy that coin, you will see that the price is just going to shoot up ×2. Why? Because there are not much persons selling, which I also told you too. I said, let me go and try and see if I can buy for you too from the exchanges. But the people buying are always more than the people selling. So I think the main issue here is to discuss with the particular people that are involved. For me, out of these 4 options that you have discussed now, because if you place a ceiling and say, okay, this is the limit to what everybody can withdraw, it means that you're punishing people that are actually not involved in this.
Yes.
You understand? It means that you're punishing people that were not involved in this for what they don't have any business with. So I still think that your negotiation should still be with those people, even if you're going to lose money, because remember, you already bought some TAT. But you already bought some TAT already with some of your own money to balance up, but the whole thing is not balancing. So even if you're going to lose money, if you refund them their exact amount first, then you start to negotiate damages, because take it or leave it, everybody believes that an exchange is supposed to be a peer-to-peer. It's supposed to be direct. If the TAT coin is not there, there was not supposed to be sell on the other end. So I think for me, this is the best way to go with it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So I don't know, you can give some of them opportunity to also say what they want to say, even if it's in the comments section.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chief. Like, God bless you for this input. You know, the point you made is 100% impeccable, 100% correct. And, you know, while we even try to work on this together on the behind the scene, you know, it was just very obvious that was the major solution, right? And we were not, for those who it has affected, you know, based on the withdrawals that we post, it wasn't initially intended to be so. We were managing it up until we ran out of TAT entirely. I bought some amount of TATs, you know, with some at, like I said before, at 9.5 naira, you know, and we were using it to process those withdrawals until we ran out. So even if we did not stop the withdrawals, right, we will still, what you'll be seeing is pending. Like it will just be pending because there is no TAT in the pool to process those withdrawals. That's why we paused it. And when we paused it, we started buying. so that we can replenish the portfolio. And as we keep buying at the high prices we are buying, we are running out of even money to even refund the people that, based on the first solution that Chief proposed. We'll run out of even cash to be able to do that entirely. So that was what we experienced. And that was the reason why we had to pause it for everybody, so that we can have a little bit of concentration to work around a solution. What we have in our hearts is the best interest of everybody. And the promise we are making is that anybody and everybody who, number one, did not affect, and everybody too, your money in our exchange is 1 million times safe and secure. So those who are having fear, don't cast away every form of fear from your heart, right? We in our exchange, no, you can't lose your money. We take the liability. As far as it is something that has to do with us, it's different from a case where maybe you leave your password and your login details open and somebody logs into your account and withdraw your money. That one is not on us, right? But any other thing apart from that, we are in for you. And what we want is your best. Okay. So sorry to all those the person of withdrawal has had affected their plans and everything that they had in mind. So we'll kick off immediately with, so I've noted what Chief said. I'm going to give only 5% or maybe 3% chance to make an input. Let me also, while we wait for those, let me read out questions that has been asked. And I'll try my best for this meeting to end exactly by 5 o'clock so that we know that we just spent 1 hour. So DJ said, I bought that when it was 48 naira, 44 naira, 40. I don't think I should be affected. Like I said, yes, you are not anybody like you is not affected, right? Please, why is the robot recapture always showing up when we are logging in? So that robot recapture is more of there's something called DDoS. DDoS is a major attack that people launch on exchanges in order to stop the activities of the exchange and probably exploit a database of the exchange. So we integrated that recapture in order to stop any form of that kind of attack from occurring in the future. It's not like we had any attack, but we integrated it. But since we have noticed that most people are having issues based on their browser or their network, we are going to find a way to reduce the sensitivity of that recapture so that you will not be affected when you want to log in. Please, I bought that using trade session. I didn't use quick buy and sell. Yeah, our analysis, we focus our major analysis on the people who bought from the quick buy and sell. However, there are those people that bought from the quick buy and sell went to sell on the trade. So another thing based on the first suggestion Chief made about majority of the people who were affected don't even have any both Naira or TAT in their account balance. When they took advantage of that, they sold off even before we could even start buying back and doing all those things. They had sold on the normal trade, and they had probably also withdrawn. So 80% of them have almost 80%, about 20 are still there, but about 80% of them don't even have anything in their account. So even if we call them for a meeting and we now start talking about solution or how to refund them, they may now have to go to wherever they spent the money or wherever they sent it to now bring it back, which is very difficult. Assuming it's still within our control in the exchange, then we can reach such kind of negotiations. But the people who are still there like that, we are going to, get across to them alongside those who have withdrawn, and so that all of us will be on the same table while discussing that. Yeah, but those who bought directly on the normal trade have 1,000% assurance that whatever liability is on us on that. So DH, and he said, when will that withdrawal be enabled now? Yes, it will be enabled as soon as tomorrow. By tomorrow, we should enable it. Trade will be enabled this evening. So all those who have active buy and sell orders, you can continue trading. You don't have any issue. And we will enable the withdrawals from tomorrow. Or we may have to enable both the withdrawal and the trading tomorrow at the same time, so that we are all in sync. Then because our team are still, they are rounding off with some of the analysis, so that they don't get the, they don't have to work with a lot of more data and spend more time. Please, my pending order wasn't canceled. Yes, when we open the trade, you see your pending order, you can continue from there. Also, that VPN stuff, they disturb for street. Yeah, so we are going to work on that VPN stuff. The VPN is because of the DDoS system that we integrated. So sometimes if the DDoS robot does not allow you to log in or to access the site, when you enable a VPN service, it will allow you to jump you over. So, but we'll work on that. So what are your plans now? So when are we getting back our coins? As soon as tomorrow, we'll enable both the trade and the withdrawals. I bought at 88 Naira. That will balance me. Okay, I don't understand this question. I hope this will not spoil reputation of Tatcoin. Tatcoin already has a very strong reputation, number one. And it's not just about reputation, it's about the what do you call it? The intention of the project. The intention of the project is pure, and even myself, I am in awe. There are lots of foreign projects that have not done 10% of what Statcoin has already. You understand? When it comes to reputation of Tatcoin, it's not, any exchange cannot stop it. God forbid, nothing will happen to BitFXT, never, right? But even if BitFXT, has issues, it will not, it's not affecting Tatcoin. Tatcoin is a different entity on its own, on a different company, right? Bitcoin Chief does not own BitFXT or own any of the exchanges where Tatcoin is listed. So our prayer is that everything is sorted so that you will keep enjoying your the services that we are giving you, and without any issues attached to it. Okay, so I sympathize with your organization. I hereby volunteer to have my money refunded instead of Tatcoin, even though I bought that. Wow, DJ, we really appreciate you made this offer. There are a couple of persons. Let me read it out so that you people can hear. DJ said he sympathizes with us and he will not mind getting his fund refunded, even though he bought at 50. That's his own way of supporting the situation. We really do appreciate. Either ways, however we will do it, we'll make sure you still have Tatcoin. That is, if we're going to move on with that, we'll still make sure you deserve having Tatcoin, you deserve having your money. So we'll just come up with the best solution to tackle this, so that we'll not have to get to that point of taking it. But we really appreciate that offer. Techno said, thank you for clarifying the situation. Metered withdrawals can be allowed in stages. Also, accounts of those who were affected should be debited in at a certain percentage. Okay, thank you so much. It rhymes with what Chief said. Yeah, okay. Chris said, we need a solid proof. The meeting is long gone, and it wasn't more like a meeting I could share my screen. It was a meeting where I needed to pour my heart and hear you talk. But if there is need for a subsequent meetings where we'll have to show proof, we are 100% available to do that, Chris. Quick buy is a problem because most people place an order and it was filled. So how is that a glitch? Okay, I explained it while I was explaining everything. The API of quick buy and sell picks prices from the trade section. So if at that point, it may not be able to happen now because that has gained stability over time. When you list a coin newly with few persons trading it or on the trade session, right? It's, if one person sells at a crazily low price, you see the price will go down. And then if one person now goes to buy at a very high price, it will go up. But right now, it will take some huge amount of money to be able to do that in the trade. So that's how that happened. And that's why we call it a glitch, is that when that happened and the API of the quick buy and sell picks that price, no matter the volume people buy on the quick buy and sell, it will fill it at that price. But on the trade section, if you go back to now buy and there is nobody selling to you at that price, the price will adjust. Okay, so that's why we call it a glitch, which is what it actually is on the quick buy and sell. So finally, we said, Techno said, meanwhile, those affected accounts can be restricted from trading fully until the issue is resolved. Others who didn't get affected should be allowed full trading access, but please enable trading first. Thank you for that contribution. So all this contribution, we are taking notes of all of them, and it will form part of the decision, our decision process in this. But we are going to be fully putting our concentration majorly on, the data we already collected of the people who the accounts were affected, followed by probably restricting those people and allowing other people full access, and so on and so forth. We'll just come up with the best impeccable solution. We'll send out a full notification on that. I'll still run everything down with, I see Bitcoin Chief as a senior brother, a friend, and a coach in the aspect of what he does, right? So I listen to him very, very well when it comes to some of these things. So I will have to also run it with him and then come with a final solution that will be okay for everybody. So I really appreciate that you were able to give us this attention and pay attention, and be part of this meeting with us. It's really not very this is not the spirit or the kind of meetings that we want to always call for. We want to always call for meetings that will be uplifting, updates, and all those things. And we have a lot of all those things, but we held them back because we needed to solve this thing before we can even move on to do any other thing. All right. So I really appreciate. I'll be giving Bitcoin Chief the floor to also kind of make a closing remark before we get to the end of this meeting.
Okay, guys, the truth is, as we have discussed, is something that everyone will have to come to a compromise. Me, myself, I've already come to a compromise. The truth is, if I had enough Tatcoin, I have enough Tatcoin, but like I promised from the beginning, you can go check it. There are 2 wallets of Tatcoin on, you can go check on his Tatscan. One has 135 million Tatcoin. Another one has 30 million Tatcoin. Those 2 wallets are vested. Now, the first opening of each of them, the first opening of the 30 million wallet, we open 25% of 30 million in January of 2021. The second opening again, we open again 6 months again after that. 6 months again after that again is going to open again. Then the 135 million is vested for 4 years. Now it's going to start opening from 2025. And remember that once you do a smart contract and something is vested, you can't, even if only God has the spiritual power, because we used to say only God can do any of that thing, but nobody in this world right now can reverse it. So that is the challenge. So this thing has happened, and it is something that people that are involved, we have to see how we can come to, because the truth is, so many of them here have been seeing their comment is going to affect the reputation of Tatcoin and the rest. But like you rightly said, and I've repeatedly told them, what I did with BitFXT is business I did with ByteDesk and the rest of them. I say, okay, this is an exchange. List Tatcoin here. what is your fee? I pay, and you listed that coin. So even if BitFXT goes down today, that coin will still remain.
Yeah.
Exchange can go down, the cryptocurrency never dies. Because as I'm talking to you right now, some persons already moved their Bitcoin, some people already moved their Tatcoin to Trust Wallet. Some already saved it in their Ledger account, in their Ledger wallet that is offline, is not on the internet. They have it in their pocket. Some persons already have their Tatcoin inside something like a flash drive inside their pocket. They are walking around with it. So persons already moved it to different ERC20 platforms that we don't even list Tatcoin.
Yeah.
So for those of you thinking because something like this is happening, and it's just a matter, it's even a small number. It's just a matter of the situation that everyone is. You understand? The situation that everyone, to show how I sent him my wallet balance. I said, this is like my reserve Tatcoin that if today now somebody come and meet me now and say, do you have that coin? I say yes. This is like my reserve balance, but just take everything, see how we can settle this. And it's not enough. And he has also tried. I remember the day that you sent me 4.5 million naira to help you buy on exchanges. But the challenge now is that if you go to the exchanges, the buy order is always greater than the sell orders.
Yeah.
So this is a challenge for those that are buying now. Our quick swap now is now peer-to-peer now because we are not even seeing enough to buy. So which is why you see that the token went from 3 cents and up to today now, it has not gone even to 30 cents, even to 5 cents. It has stayed at 9 cents and 10 cents because the sell pressure is not high. So everyone involved in this, now we need to see a way that we can accept loss. Everyone will have to accept loss. When I mean accepting loss, I am not saying when I mean accepting loss, I am not saying that you're going to lose your money that you bought that coin. But the thing is, I have encouraged him. I say, for me, the solution that you can bring now that nobody can go give you bad name, because you see, one thing I do in Nigeria or African business scene is how much the money that you paid me, I will always make sure that money is always available to refund to you, so that in case you go outside and you're saying anything bad about me, the first question they are going to ask you, but they give you your money, yes. So which one be the one where you don't get now the profit? It's okay. So that person that you're saying anything bad about me will not think that I am a thief or I'm a fraudster.
Yeah.
So anytime I'm doing business with Africans, I always make sure that the one that they gave to me is always on the safe side. So I've told him, I said, before we even came for this video, I say, fine, you have used some money to buy the Tatcoin at high price. But you have to make sure that their money that they bought Tatcoin, you are able to refund it to them, even if it's the exact amount. Then you start to apologize to them or negotiate with them on how to accept their loss. But so I think you should come up with the best plan. But they say we learn every day, because I am not happy, because this thing is even a stress to us too. And this is even because of the luck that you made the withdrawal not to work. It will affect the supply in circulation. Because if people were majority of the people that have bought this Tatcoin bought either on our Bit network or BitFXT is the second highest place that the trade volume is always very high. So please, I am saying that everyone involved should see how we can work things out. You understand? Because this thing is tech. You understand?
Yeah.
It wasn't a hack. One thing I always like explaining things, especially well to Nigerians, is so that when they are saying the team behind, they know how to carry the news well. It wasn't a hack. Nobody hacked into BitFST.
Not at all.
It was just a system glitch. My brother, I'm suffering it here now. If I can turn this video now, you will see me. I am not looking well since 3 days now, I've not been well. Why? Because we had a system glitch that made anybody that want to anybody that want to withdraw 1 million naira, we pay them ×3. So the application went to our master account and was paying the money. Now, some persons, knowing that there is a glitch, what they did now was inviting their friends now to open an account and withdraw naira. So before I spot the glitch to even call, it was even some of them, the customers that it happened to, that ran to my admin now and say, now 10,000 I want to withdraw, I don't get 30,000 naira. One even sent to him up to 8 times. There were some of them that are very good. They were the ones that came back and told my admins on Telegram before they came and told me. And before you know it, 111 million naira has gone down to, I think, 18 million naira. So that is the loss I have been. So this system glitch is going to happen. In 2018, Binance was hacked.
Yeah.
They took almost half of their coins. The only thing that saved them was because they had enough BNB in liquidity to convert to Bitcoin easily, and they settled everybody.
Yeah.
So these things will always happen. But this one was not a hack. So I need to emphasize it before people will start carrying news that they hack into BitFXT, carry people that coin, because in our website here, there is definitely people can hear information this way and process it the other way. So people need to understand that there was not a hack. It was a system glitch. System glitch can happen to any technology company. Like I just explained here, 111 million naira became 18 million naira as a result of people started inviting their friends. Oh yeah, create account.
Yes. Yeah.
Naira. That's why since 3 p.m. of yesterday, we actually blocked our naira withdrawal, trying to fix the issue, because people started, those that got more than the amount of money. Now, what they did immediately was they know that the system is going to automatically place a minus on their account. So they sent out their tax coin to immediately.
Yeah.
So I can't go start looking for them again to call them. I can't go start looking for them again to call them to come back and give me the money. So that one now is already a loss. So I've been suffering that loss since yesterday. You understand? So people need to understand this system glitch will always be there, one way or the other, but because it is man who controls the technology.
Yes.
So please, people should understand, people that are involved in this issue should understand and see how we can sort this issue amicably.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Chief. I'm also empathizing with you on the aspect of the glitch that you had. It's a very, pitiable one. And the funny thing is, like, when the glitch happened, a lot of people also got their friends. So people like to loot when, get their friends to also benefit.
Definitely. If it happened the other way around, definitely there will be the one now. The news will actually be all over the internet today.
Yes.
Network, I couldn't get this thing. Since we are the one losing now, there will definitely, nobody is coming. Only a few of them that are very good are coming and say, I withdraw 5,000 naira. They gave me 8,000 or they gave me 15,000.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, so one thing I will assure the community is that we're in solidarity with you, and our effort and everything that we represent is towards ensuring that we have a happy community. The moment I tell people, the moment the TAT community, the moment TAT got registered, got listed in BitFXT, it's no longer just Tatas and then BitFXT is there. You are now part of BitFXT community, right? And we also are part of the TAT community, whether we like it or not. So we are doing everything to ensure that we have an amicable end to this. Like I said, by tomorrow, we are going to be enabling trading, and then we're going to be also, and we are going to be enabling also the withdrawal. Hopefully, that is, we are going to try our best to ensure that we finish up every activity, every database analysis within today and tomorrow. If we are not able to do that, we'll also announce to the entire community the situation of things. But as quickly as possible, we are getting everybody who is not affected, first of all, we can continue doing activities immediately. Then we'll have another meeting with those who did not get affected in this situation. So I really appreciate everybody who attended this session. We are going to, this video is going to be live. I was going to say we're going to share this link so that those who did not attend will be able to watch again and follow it up. But it's going to be on our YouTube channel. You can go back, watch it again. If you have any of your friends that didn't attend, they can go online and watch it again and understand the situation. And that should be all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all attending. Have a good evening.
Yeah, my brother. Okay, take care now.
All right. God bless you, sir.